How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Engineering Wealth. I'm Jason Croft. I'm here with your host, Ryan Morgan.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Awesome, man. I'm excited to kick this show off. Episode 1 here, I really wanted to kind of flip things around on you, the host, and get your story. We kind of covered what the show is all about, in the intro episode. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you do. But you've got such a powerful story of getting to this point in E-Comm, the success that you've had and the model that you've put together here. Give us a brief description of that, and then I want to go back and kind of get that story of the journey to get here.
So a description of what we do is we basically do online franchising. We show people how to set up businesses, Amazon, eBay, and Shopify without being an expert, without having to invest a lot of time. Actually, you don't have to invest any time. It's a completely done-for-you service where you can hire a team to operate and manage your Shopify, Amazon, or eBay store. And basically, guys, I've been working on trying to figure out the golden goose for making money online for about 7 years. And ever since I saw my first opportunity, I just started running, and that's how I got to where I'm at right now.
That's awesome, man. There's so much I want to dig into on that main offering that you've got going now, because I had a lot of questions coming into it, like, oh man, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. It's huge. But let's go back a little bit. Tell me about that 7-year journey. I know you didn't just wake up one day and like, hey, I'm going to do this, and I was super successful overnight and no work involved. Or
that's right. What they like to tell that story, but the truth is, most success comes with a lot of pain. I was definitely a successful person in terms of like my high school, my college life. Like I was good at football. I was good at, I had friends. I was a popular person. And basically what happened is the universe wanted to like knock me down. I think my ego was getting a little too big. And what happened is it all started. What happened is I broke my humerus. I don't know if you can see this scar. I broke my humerus, right? I had a spiral fracture, went like a barber pole up my bicep. And basically that like caused me to really reflect on my life when I was sitting there in agony. And basically when I got back, things were never the same. I was at that point, I was like a senior, and I realized that, a year from now, this football stuff, all these girls I'm talking to are going to be completely irrelevant. So I should probably start working on something. And I got introduced to an opportunity. It was like network marketing, and it was like I never even like conceived business before, so it just made so much sense to me. I was like, oh, I know a lot of people. I could talk to people. That sounds easy. So,
and honestly, as much of a bad rap as network marketing gets, I think it's such a great entry point into business, into entrepreneurial life. Like you don't want to stay there for a lot of reasons. Most people. Yeah. But it's such a great entry point into that skill set and personal development and all that.
Oh, 100%. I would say that network marketing is definitely what made me really successful. Just like making that first list of people and following up and trying to give a presentation, trying to like pique someone's interest through a conversation. That's what definitely got me really good sales. What really, like I was into it, and I was, having meetings with my friends. But what really like pushed me to the point of no return is, I'll never forget it. It was a Friday night, and I just got out of practice, and I just happened to roll through a stop sign with 1 gram of marijuana, and I got kicked off my football team. And I was like literally rehabbing. I was doing all this stuff. So like I broke my arm, and I skipped the part where like I came back. And then I broke my ankle like that same year. Broke my ankle. Then I got introduced to network marketing.
Oh,
I was rehabbing. I was rehabbing to get back into like football shape. So I was literally wearing a walking boot from practice. And like I said, like I didn't even practice. Like I was just like on the side doing whatever. I was literally on my way to go play Call of Duty with my friend on a Friday night. And like I said, I was just like in a little bit of bad mood, and I just like rolled through a stop sign. And I told the officer, I was like, sir, if you give me this ticket, my career is over. Like my coach does not like me. I've had so many bad strikes. I was like, sir, like, is there anything I can do? Like, I've been playing football for 14 years. Can you please not like book me for this?
Man.
There's literally 1 gram of marijuana. And then, yeah, like that was like literally my heart, my soul was my football career. And like, that was the only reason why I was at my school, Bucknell University, is like this preppy school. Didn't really like a lot of the people there outside of my football team. So then like at that point I just, lost like access to like my 80 friends. Like, I was still able to see them at the cafeteria, but I wasn't, practicing.
Oh, it's never the same. Yeah. I mean, that family for being on the team. Yeah.
So basically that's what really like, then, at that point I was like sitting in front of a computer screen at the cafeteria every day, just trying to figure out how to like find my next slice of happiness. And then 7 years later, I think I'm still fighting to rebuild my team.
Wow. That's fantastic. And that's so key. And thank goodness there was some mindset there to jump to the next thing. Okay, I need something to be obsessed about. I need something to focus this energy. What's that going to be? Rather than life's over, there's nothing else, because a lot of people have that, no matter what that injury, right, is to them, or that setback. A lot of times people just sit in it, and you see the 55-year-old guy who never got out of it because he got cut from the high school team, right? And so I commend you for for that part of it, just that focus, and especially at such a young age to go, I got to find the next thing, right? That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was already working on it, but then I was like, well, there's nothing else. This is it.
Time to double down. Yeah. Awesome. So what led, like, what's the evolution that kind of like over those years, various projects, kind of like we all go through, right? Like, oh, maybe it's this thing, maybe it's that. Each one building, getting a little newer skill set each time.
Yeah. I mean, it was just, I would say, every time I started something and it didn't work out, I'd try to like evaluate why it didn't work out. How can I create more value? I would say like one quote that stayed with me throughout the entrepreneurial career. It's a quote by Frank Kern. He's like, if you guys don't know who he is, he's like a old OG like online marketer, like from
the absolute best in the world. Yeah.
90s. And the quote that Frank Kern said that always stuck with me, I always tell myself this, is we are paid in direct proportion to the amount of value we deliver and distribute to the marketplace. And I would just replay that again and again and again. And I'm like in year 4, and I'm like, bro, I'm like working really hard. I heard this quote, like I know what he said, but I wasn't getting paid. And I was like, I'm not delivering enough value. Like whatever I'm doing, people aren't. Yeah. I'm not being compensated for it to my liking. So
that's such a great perspective of like, rather than what's wrong with everybody, you do the math and go like, okay, well then obviously I'm not doing enough or the right thing or the thing that they want. So what's that thing? That's fantastic.
That's like the biggest quote for any young entrepreneur. I would say we are paid in direct proportion to the amount of value we deliver to the market. So figure out how to deliver more value. If you're not getting paid, then it's on you. Absolutely.
So how'd you get to this current offering? Like what series of events a little bit, and I'm sure there was like you heard these folks, met somebody, and that like something clicked in there for you.
So I was working at a financing firm, and I met this like engineer guy, and I started working on a startup, and I just left. I went to the Philippines for a year, tried working on this crazy tech startup, and it didn't work. And like I raised $100,000 for it, didn't work. Had to go back home, like rock bottom. And I told you like I had to go back to my mom's air mattress. And basically, while I was in the Philippines, I was developing a relationship with someone I already knew well. His name is Alex, and he was a super successful entrepreneur from England who moved to Indonesia. And I was able to develop a really good relationship with him, obviously, because I was in the same time zone as him, being in the Philippines, Indonesia. So, like, he would always check in on me saying, oh, is that startup still not working? Is it still not working? Da, da, da. And then when I got back home, I was like, Alex, please, dude, I need a job. Like, give me something. And then that's how I got introduced to this e-comm automation industry. He just gave me a list of, there's 47 people. And he literally spent like one phone call with me explaining what it was. And I had to like take notes, write my own script. Like, and he was like, yeah, man. So we do Amazon automation. It's 20,000 pounds sterling. Like I was calling British clients. I had to like call them on Skype. Didn't need content. Didn't have really much of anything other than like what Alex told me about it. And I just went to work and I just like called up and down the list for months. And out of the 40 people, I think there was like 2 or 3 people that I was actually able to like get to like talk back to me and be like, yeah, let's do another meeting. And
who were those folks? Where did that list come from? Compiled?
Yeah, it was just like a list of investors in England. Okay. I'm not sure where he got it from,
right.
But it's definitely not the hottest list. And I just happened to, by the grace of God, I was able to make a relationship with one of them. His name was Riaz, and he did make the purchase, and I got a commission of $3,000, and honestly lived off that $3,000 for like 5 or 6 months because I couldn't close anything else.
Wow.
And literally, I was like so broke. And then basically I went to Alex and I was like, man, this sales process isn't working. I have an idea to make it better. And there's the concept of all done consulting. I was like, let's make a website where we put other experts on the site to show that to these British investors that have never even heard of this concept that Alex isn't the only one. There's Alex, there's Steve, there's Clayton, there's John, there's Billy, who all do this. They're all making money. It's verifiable. And he didn't go for it because he was like, well, I already have a system that's working for me, but feel free to do that. And then I ended up getting Riaz, the first person who invested into the store, to basically help me get that website up. And then he flew me out to England in October, and that's when I started working for him. And that's how I got started with this industry. It was October of 2019. Since then, we've done over 700,000 in sales.
Man, one year.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
I never had 3,000. I never had like that 3,000 commission was like the biggest lump sum of money I ever received. So I never had like 3,500. Never saw that before that.
Man, that's huge. But that's it. But that was the taste, right? That was okay, this is real. The opportunity. This is something.
Yeah, that one commission. When he paid me 3,000, I was like, dang, if I could only just get 3 a month, like I'll be happy, right? I just think about like how much 9K a month meant to me, like back then, and now I feel like I'm spending like 15 a week. Like I'm looking at my statement, like how much money did I spend already this year? Oh, we just got a text message from one of my clients. He just said, when do you want to start the podcast? So his name is Ron, and he has he sent me his account. He's liquid for like 1.4 million. He owns a gym.
Awesome.
So he knows a lot about Facebook ads and all that. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, and that's what we want, even more of those kind of stories, right? Somebody who's killing it over there, and have you two guys, 2 successful people, discussing like the best of both worlds and combining those forces. That's awesome. That's sick, man.
I'm taking a picture for him while I'm doing it.
And I think that takes, especially to be in that spot that you were in. Hey, I just need a job. I need some money coming in, anything. And then to go through it would be one thing if you were like, you took Alex's, hey, do this, and you were sitting there going, I don't think that's going to be anything. No, you went up and down that list. You went through that process. Over and over and over again. And then to come out with those insights on the other end, to bring that to him, and then to go and I just think the hustle it takes to go, then find that investment to go, I gotta do this on my own, right? I gotta do this version that I know is gonna work. And that's gotta feel phenomenal to be on the other side now and going like, hey, I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, it sucks because I remember I typed him up. He was like on vacation. I had like this long proposal. I was like, man, I like made the website, I wrote all the copy, I wrote a business plan explaining like why this is going to work. I was like, dude, I need $5,000 to get this site up. I remember I had $19 in my account, and I was like, dude, like I want to keep doing sales for you, but like this isn't working. because I remember there was like another list of leads, and I was like, there was 30 people on this list that were interested, but for whatever reason, we weren't able to close them because of X, Y, Z. And with this new model, we can do it. Just give me 5,000 and I'll deliver. And he was like, nope. And I remember I literally cried myself to sleep that night. And because it was so frustrating, because he was like, I understand, like, now looking back on him, like, I could see like how I've made a bunch of investments into people that didn't work out. It was just the reason why I cried is I was like, man, how do you not see that I'm not going to deliver?
Right.
Like, working with you for years, like, I've already sent you clients, I'm gonna deliver. But he was like, man, I don't need you, I don't need it. So like, if you want to send clients, I'm like happy to take them, but I'm not gonna pay you to do it.
Wow, that's an amazing story, man. And that comes out, right? Like, that those hardships that no, we don't want at the time. Man, that's still, I think that's only, a year ago, barely over that. Like, that's still got to be that driver a little bit, like, all right, no, I'm right on this. Let me show him again today.
Yeah, no, like, he's definitely proud of me. Like,
not from an anger kind of way or anything like that, but just like that little bit of like, I believed in myself and I went for it.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to flying over there, shaking his hand. I know his net worth is over 10 million, so I got a little bit of work to do to catch up to him.
Before we get off here, tell me a little bit more about this offering that's working now. You've put this together because this really is a hands-off thing for somebody to come in and invest a certain amount of money. Obviously, e-commerce, everybody knows, even if nobody's ever set foot in the industry doing anything in it, everybody knows where it's been going, and it's just over the last several months just grown exponentially. How does this kind of capture that trend line?
So yeah, like, what we do is we set up sites for trending products. You're on Facebook or Instagram. I'm sure you've seen, going on your news feed, you're seeing products that you're interested in, and that's what we do. We just market based upon your insights, and we put what you want directly in front of you again and again and again until you buy it. And that's like the basic understanding of what we do.
Cool. But so like the store that you're doing will be around really one main product or one specific niche?
So the thing is, we have success with niche products. We also have success with general stores as well.
Okay.
So, yeah. So like, typically, like, our 20,000 stores are more general stores. 50,000 or more, you get like a niche, and it's a little bit more scalable. But one of our biggest stores, 3.2 million shop deals, 365. We sold it for 3.2 million, and it was a general store. It had a bunch of different products on it, so it definitely works. Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to know too, going into this. I'm sure this is the conversation you have all day long, is with some folks who have that inkling of like, oh yeah, it'd be great to be in e-commerce, but Amazon, but this, but that, like, how would I ever compete? And I think it's so important for people to understand, like, people are making money through Amazon, with them, and in all these other areas as well, even though they're the big boy out there.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, people always ask, like, how do you compete with Amazon? And the answer is, we don't compete with Amazon. We're not competing for those eyeballs. We're marketing to people on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge. And
on their phone all day. All day.
Right. And that's the thing too, is like, this is an opportunity, and I think that's the biggest benefit to the whole thing, is it is so hands off for somebody to invest in. But at the same time, somebody who's good at that, also, there's an opportunity there for them to ramp up those earnings exponentially if they want to market on their own as well, right?
No, exactly. Like, it's a 50-50 partnership. We also do provide you guys with like some skills and training on how to drive traffic yourself. And, like, we're incentivized to see you win. So that's how it works.
That's awesome. Well, Ryan, this has been fantastic. I've been wanting to dig in and share your story with the audience here who are tuning into this show, especially, and really just getting your story out to more folks, both with the journey you've taken here and the skills that you've developed, but also put this opportunity in front of more people, because it is huge, and it's so important. So I appreciate you sharing your story today.
Yeah, I hope someone gets motivated or inspired by what I was able to share today, for sure.
So everybody, stay tuned for more episodes. I'm excited to bring those to you. Ryan's going to be talking to some amazing people out there doing incredible work. Ryan, we'll see you on the next episode.
Take care. Thank you so much. Have a good one.